The latest episode of WWE Raw delivered more than just in-ring excitement. It pulled back the curtain on an intense and potentially game-changing backstage confrontation. What unfolded away from the cameras has left the WWE Universe buzzing, as none other than Roman Reigns, the self-proclaimed tribal chief and one of the most dominant figures in WWE history, made a rare and commanding appearance in the Raw locker room. This wasn't a return for a match, a promo, or a championship challenge. This was something much more personal. It was a statement of dominance, a show of leadership, and perhaps even a warning of things to come. For weeks now, fans and superstars alike have witnessed a growing storm brewing between Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn. Kross, known for his cryptic mind games and no-nonsense attitude, has been relentlessly targeting Sami, attacking him physically and psychologically with eerie promos and surprise ambushes. Sami, despite being the spirited fighter that he is, has found himself overwhelmed and surrounded by Kross' unpredictability. The Raw audience has watched Sami push through beatdowns, confrontations, and near injuries, all while refusing to back down. But as the tension reached a boiling point, something unexpected happened. Someone stepped in, and not just anyone, Roman Reigns. It all started with a stir in the backstage area. Reports first circulated on social media about Roman Reigns being spotted in the Raw arena, a shocking surprise, considering Reigns primarily dominates the SmackDown roster. The locker room was buzzing. Whispers turned into speculation, and before long, camera crews caught sight of Reigns walking through the corridors with his unmistakable aura of confidence and authority. He wasn't there to socialize. He wasn't there to make a surprise appearance for the crowd. He was on a mission, and that mission had a name: Karrion Kross. The atmosphere backstage shifted as Reigns entered. Conversation stopped. Superstars stepped aside. There was no music, no pyro, just Roman Reigns walking with purpose and intensity, radiating control with every step. He moved past production staff, rookies, and veterans, all of whom knew that something significant was about to go down. The camera finally caught up as Reigns came face-to-face with Kross, who stood leaning against a locker, arms folded, with that same stoic look he always wears. Kross didn't flinch. He didn't posture. He simply waited. Roman stood in front of him, the silence between the two men louder than any arena chant. Then came the moment that broke the silence and signaled a major turning point. Roman looked Kross straight in the eyes, and in a tone that was calm but brimming with threat, he delivered a chilling message. Enough is enough. Leave Sami alone. This isn't your war to start. It was short, direct, and loaded with meaning. Roman didn't raise his voice, and he didn't issue a challenge. But his presence alone said everything. The tribal chief had spoken, and when Roman Reigns speaks, the locker room listens. What stood out most was the way Kross reacted. Or rather, didn't react. He didn't lash out. He didn't speak. He simply held Reigns' gaze, unwavering, as if measuring the man in front of him. And although no punches were thrown, no chaos broke out, the air between them crackled with the promise of a future explosion. This interaction raised 1,000 questions in the minds of fans and superstars alike. Why did Roman intervene on Sami's behalf? Is this a sign of solidarity, or is Roman protecting his own interests? Let's not forget that Sami Zayn has a long and complicated history with the bloodline. Once an honorary use, Sami's relationship with Roman and the rest of the family imploded months ago, but perhaps old loyalties die hard. Maybe Roman sees Sami as a pawn he once relied on, and who still might have some role to play in his greater plans. Or maybe, just maybe, Roman is reasserting his dominance across both brands, reminding everyone that even if he's not around every week, he still controls the narrative. Then there's Karrion Kross, a man not easily intimidated and certainly not known for backing down. His silence spoke volumes. In WWE, silence can often mean respect, or sometimes, it's just the calm before a devastating strike. Kross has carved a reputation as a destroyer of momentum, a man who tears through his opponents with precise malice. Will he see Roman's warning as a boundary not to cross, or will he view it as an invitation to chaos? This incident has stirred speculation about what's next. Could we be heading toward a future showdown between Roman Reigns and Karrion Kross? That would be a clash of titans, two men with radically different philosophies, but equally terrifying levels of power and control. Roman is a master of psychological warfare and brute strength, whereas Kross is chaos incarnate, a predator who thrives in mind games and destruction. If this confrontation was just a tease, the actual collision between them could shake the foundations of WWE. It also places Sami Zayn in a very interesting position. Sami, once seen as comic relief, has in recent years earned the respect of fans and peers alike through his heart, resilience, and willingness to stand up even when all odds are against him. But now, with Roman stepping in, it's unclear whether Sami is being protected or manipulated. How will Sami respond when he learns of Roman's intervention? Will he welcome the protection? Or will he see it as an undermining of his own ability to fight his battles? Backstage sources have hinted that this wasn't a one-time visit by Roman Reigns. He may be watching the Raw brand more closely than anyone suspected. Perhaps he's looking to expand his influence beyond SmackDown, or maybe he's gathering allies, or eliminating threats, before returning to reclaim the spotlight. Whatever his intentions are, this interaction has sent a message through the entire WWE locker room. Roman Reigns isn't done, and when he moves, the whole company feels the tremors. Some fans have speculated that this could also signal a new phase in Roman's leadership, less focused on gold and more focused on legacy and control. With the bloodline undergoing massive changes, including betrayals, departures, and new alliances, Roman may be recalibrating his position and identifying threats in every corner of WWE. Kross may simply be the first on a long list of targets. Or perhaps Kross has unknowingly inserted himself into a war that he was never meant to fight, a war that began with the bloodline but is now spilling into every corner of the WWE Universe. As the WWE Universe processes what happened, one thing is clear. This wasn't just a backstage confrontation. This was a power move. This was Roman Reigns reminding everyone that he is still the tribal chief, still the alpha in every room he walks into, and still the one who decides who rises and who falls. The fact that he didn't need to lift a finger to make his point only makes the moment more chilling. Kross may have held his ground, but even he must realize that a line has been drawn in the sand. Now, all eyes turn to the next episodes of Raw and SmackDown. Will Kross respond? Will Sami acknowledge what happened? Will Roman return again? Or will he continue to work behind the scenes, pulling the strings in ways no one sees coming? WWE is full of surprises, and this storyline is shaping up to be one of the most compelling of the year. The only certainty in all of this is that the storm is far from over. Roman Reigns has returned to the battlefield, not with a spear, but with AW.